Have you ever noticed that some people seem to know everyone? Opportunities seem to find them, introductions happen naturally, doors open, and from the outside, it looks like luck. But I don't think it's luck at all. I think they've built something most people never intentionally create, and that's a relationship ecosystem. When people hear the word networking, they usually think about collecting business cards or handing out their own. But networking is just an activity. A relationship ecosystem is something that it's completely different. A relationship ecosystem is a living community of people who know each other, trust each other, support each other, and continue creating opportunities together over time. Think about nature for a minute. A healthy ecosystem isn't made up of one plant. It's made up of hundreds of different organisms, all playing different roles. Some provide shade, some provide nutrients, some pollinate, some protect. They all contribute to the health of the whole system. So relationships, they work exactly the same way. Your ecosystem shouldn't be filled with people who all do the same thing. You do. Like, really. It should include mentors, friends, clients, community leaders, nonprofits, artists, business owners, educators, volunteers, government leaders, media partners, and people who simply care about your community and making it better. Every person brings something different to the table. Like, truly. And here's what I think. People get it wrong. They focused on, what can this person do for me? You know, the dollar sign above people's head when you walk in the room. I think a much better question is, how does this person fit into the bigger picture? Because the truth is, the greatest opportunities rarely come from people sitting directly across from you. They usually come from someone they know. Truly. That's why I always say you're only one relationship away from changing your life. Truly. Not because one person is going to save you, but because one introduction can connect you to an entirely new ecosystem. That's why I spend so much time building relationships across industries, museums, restaurants, nonprofits, chambers of commerce, small businesses, artists, community organizations. They're all connected, even if they don't realize it yet. That's where I come in. My job isn't to sell people to each other. My job is to help people discover where they naturally belong. When someone enters your ecosystem, don't immediately think about how they become your customer. Think about how they become part of your community. Big difference. Maybe they'll become a client someday. But that's not what today is about. Maybe they'll introduce you to someone that's your next client. Or maybe they'll become a collaborator. Maybe they'll volunteer together with you. You never know. And maybe they'll become a lifelong friend, and I've made many. You simply don't know. That's why I believe relationships are an investment, not a transaction. The beautiful thing about an ecosystem is that it keeps growing long after you've planted the first seeds. Every introduction creates another possibility. That's what's so incredible, because every conversation creates another connection. And every collaboration creates another story. So over time, people begin introducing each other without you being in the room. And that's when you know you've stopped networking and you've started building an ecosystem. So, if you're wondering where to start small. Meet one new person, just one. Reconnect with someone you've lost, maybe someone you've lost touch with for a while, and introduce two people who could help each other. Show up consistently in your community. That's the big one. Be curious instead of trying to impress people. Explore and listen more than you talk. That's a hard one for me. And remember that every relationship has value, even if you don't understand it today, because you never know where one conversation might lead. You never know what someone else is carrying, what they're dreaming about, or who they know. I truly believe the future belongs to people who know how to build communities instead of audiences, relationships instead of transactions, and ecosystems instead of contact lists. I'm Rebecca Rizzo, and this is what I call the RIZZO Effect, where strategy meets soul, because the future of human connection isn't about knowing more people, it's about helping more people know each other.